How's it going out there, YouTube land and also social media lands? Welcome to an all-new video. In this video, we're going to be reviewing a new film that just came out today. Got to see it last night. It was a fantastic film, and I'm gonna love talking about it, so we're going to get right into that. And before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this video or any other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those great places. I'm usually pretty much on there pretty much on a daily basis, so definitely check them out. As always, people, let's get right into this! So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a review of a new film that just came out today, October 21st, 2022, and is from the DCU Extended Universe series, and brought to us by Warner Brothers, and is a long-awaited film that a lot of people have been waiting to see this awesome character. And that, of course, is the film called Black Adam. Yeah, Black Adam. Yeah. So Black Adam is the newest film from the DCEU and is directed none other by a great director who just directed the crap out of a whole bunch of other films over the years and just is an awesome director. Also has a great cast that has a lot of great actors and actresses that are just really kick-ass and just do a really good job. But this film is just really, up the lines of what I feel a lot of us DC fans were looking for. Something action-packed, something that was really well done, paced well, and overall just a really fantastic superhero film. And not filled with all this other extra stupid drama and crap like that. We want action. And that's what Black Adam, I felt, brought to us. Now, like I was saying before, this was none other directed by a great director who has directed a lot of great films. And that happens to be the director known as Juan Collet Serra. Yeah, Juan Collet Serra. Yeah. Absolutely love Juan. I think he's a fantastic director. You might recognize him, of course, as the director of films like a lot of actual Liam Neeson films, Unknown, The Commuter, he did The Shallows. I mean, he's done a lot of great films, and he just is a really fantastic director that I think has a really great eye for, action sequences, for suspense, for just a really solid filmmaker that brings really great films to the big screen for us, and I think he does an amazing job. Now, another film I really enjoyed that he directed, I think is one of my all-time favorites of his, besides The Shallows, is a great Liam Neeson film that came out in 2014 that is just a really awesome action-packed film that takes place up in the air, called Non-Stop. Yeah, Non-Stop. Oh my god, this movie is freaking fantastic. Liam Neeson is awesome in it, Julianne Moore is awesome in it, and it's just a really fantastic, airplane heist film with a lot of just great, characteristics of, just a solid mystery thriller film that's up in the air. A lot of those classics, back in the 70s, the 80s, and stuff like that, there was a lot of films like that that were just really well conceived and just really fun, and I feel this is along the lines of that type of film. Now, I thought Juan did a really good job with this film. He gave us a lot of great action sequences, gave us great mystery, but at the same time, he kept it at a really good pace that included the kind of thinking section of the film, along with the action, along with the mystery and the thriller aspect, but with some really great acting by all that were involved with the film. Just really well conceived. And I was really impressed with everyone in this film. I really enjoyed, what Juan did with this film, and just give us a really classic film. If you haven't seen Non-Stop, definitely check it out for Juan's, directing presence. He was really amazing at directing this film. Now, when it comes to directing, Black Adam, I thought he did an amazing job. Now, I haven't seen this good of directing of a DC film in, since Shazam, I feel. Aquaman was really done well by James Wan, but I feel like the last really great, really directing was in Shazam, and I feel that Juan brought this back to that. He gave us that really awesome superhero feel. He gave us action, he gave us action, he gave us action. I mean, this movie is non-stop action along with, some good storytelling, CGI effects, and just really beautiful cinematography. And I thought Juan did just such a great job with this film and giving this really amazing film. If you haven't seen anything that he has done recently, definitely check out Black Adam in theaters now. He did a phenomenal job with it. So this movie has a really great cast, lots of great people in this film that really brought to life such great characters in this film. Now to start us off is none other than Black Adam himself, Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson! Oh yeah! Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson! Woo! Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson! Yeah! Oh my god. The Rock is always fun to watch in films. He always does a great job. I mean, I love when he does comedy. I love when he does action. I love when he does serious. I mean, he can do it all, and he's just a really very versatile actor that I've really enjoyed watching, over these years. And he really brought a lot of greatness to Black Adam, and I really enjoyed his performance of Black Adam. And I thought he did a really fantastic job. I really thought he brought, him to life from the comics. I really do believe he gave real sincerity to the character and really gave you a good idea of who Black Adam is. Now, I know a lot of people probably have read and saw that he had a huge influence on this film. He was a producer, executive producer. He, made this film for himself. He always wanted to play as some sort of, character in a comic books. And, he really put himself all into this, and you could see it with how amazing he was in this film. Now, another great film he was in that I really enjoyed him in, and I absolutely love this film. I think it's a great comedy family film, and he really showed his great comedy chops in this film. And I know a lot of people probably don't like this film, but I really enjoyed it and thought it was really fun. And then, of course, the film called The Tooth Fairy. Yeah, Tooth Fairy. Oh my god, this movie is absolutely freaking awesome. Julie Andrews is in it. You have a lot of great, actors and actresses in this, and The Rock was so freaking fantastic in this film. He was so funny. He plays a former NHL hockey player that is, playing Triple League for hockey now, and he's known as the Tooth Fairy because he's knocking out so many people's teeth. And basically he ends up, because of using the term, he ends up becoming a real tooth fairy in the film. And it's about him basically learning how to become a better person. And I thought The Rock just did a great job of bringing that to life. And it's just so well directed and just so fun and hilarious. Great cast. And just overall a really fantastic film. If you haven't seen anything other than, basically majority of what The Rock has done, definitely check out The Tooth Fairy. He did a really amazing job in this film, and it was super fun. But overall, I really liked him as Black Adam. I really enjoyed him in Black Adam, and I thought he did such a phenomenal job in this film. Even when he was his human counterpart, when he wasn't actually Black Adam, I thought he did a really fantastic job. And you really felt that he really was that character that, he really believed he was that person from 5,000 years ago, and that his morals and his ideas and stuff like that were so skewed because of what happened to him. He really brought that to life and did a great job. Excellent performance by The Rock. If you haven't seen anything recently with The Rock in it, definitely go check out Black Adam now in theaters. He was phenomenal. He is Black Adam. So that brings me to the next actor I'd like to talk about that was in this film. And that is none other than Dr. Fate himself, Mr. Pierce Brosnan! Oh yeah! Pierce Brosnan! Woo! Pierce Brosnan! Yeah! Oh my god, I've loved Pierce Brosnan for years and years. I think he's a fantastic actor. He's always fun. He always plays his characters to the T, and he has been in so many great films over the years. I mean, of course, from his time as James Bond, from GoldenEye up to Tomorrow Never Dies, to his performance in Laws of Attraction with Julianne Moore, to pretty much any other film he's been in. He's just always a fantastic actor that really kicks butt. And I was so psyched that he was playing Dr. Fate because he was perfect for the role, perfect for the characterization, and exactly everything that Dr. Fate is, Pierce Brosnan was it to the T. And he just did a phenomenal job as the character. Absolutely loved him as the character. Now, another film he was in that I really enjoyed him in, I think is one of the first films I ever saw him in, actually, and one of my favorite films of his. I just loved his character in the film, and he just played a really good kind of, character. I don't know, I just really enjoyed his character. And then, of course, the film called Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. Absolutely love him as the new love interest of Sally Field in the film after her and Robin get divorced. And he plays that character so amazingly to the T. He is so freaking hilarious and fun. And he is just so stinking hilarious as the character. I love him as Stu. He does a great job. Especially so the sequences where he's talking with Robin, and the expressions on Pierce's face are on point and perfect for what Robin is saying, and just so good. Such a great performance by Pierce, and such a great role. If you haven't seen Pierce in anything recently, or haven't seen him in anything, definitely go check him out. And Mrs. Doubtfire, he was really fantastic in the film. But overall, I thought he was so fantastic in Black Adam. Absolutely loved him as Dr. Fate. He was so perfect, so awesome, and I just loved everything he brought to the character, and I really felt him and really felt his emotions and all that greatness that he brought to Dr. Fate. If you haven't seen Pierce Brosnan or anything, definitely go check out Black Adam for him as Dr. Fate. He was fantastic, phenomenal, and amazing. So that brings me to the last actor I'd like to talk about in this film, and that is none other than the guy that played Hawkman himself, Mr. Aldis Hodge! Oh yeah! Aldis Hodge! Woo! Aldis Hodge! Woo! Aldis Hodge, man, is fantastic. I absolutely loved him as Hawkman. I thought he did a really great job. And overall, I just loved that, his leadership direction in the film and just what he brought to Hawkman, which is very much what Hawkman is in the comic books. And I really enjoyed his presentation and just what he gave, and he just did a really great job. I was really impressed with him in this film because I had seen him in other films. You might, have seen him in, lots of other films, actually. He just recently did a voiceover for a Green Lantern animated film. He's been in a lot of things over the years, Straight Outta Compton and so forth and stuff like that, and he just is fantastic, and I was really impressed with him in this film. Now, another film he was in that I really actually enjoyed him in, and I thought he did a really good job, is a great, based on true story film about the ladies of NASA back in the 60s, called Hidden Figures. Yeah, Hidden Figures. Yeah, I absolutely love this film. Fantastic! Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, they all were so phenomenal in this film, and I absolutely loved Aldis in this film. He played Levi Jackson in the film, and I just really enjoyed what he brought to it. I really felt like I knew who Levi Jackson was, and what his struggles were, and what he was, and how, what he dealt with these women as well throughout that time frame, and just everything that he encompassed too in the film was just really well done, and I thought that Aldis did a really good job of presenting that and giving us a really great, representation of this true person. And I just really enjoyed it. I thought he was just really fantastic in it. It was a really fantastic movie anyways. Even if it wasn't based on a true story, I feel this still would have been just a phenomenal film because it's so beautifully directed and just really greatly acted. If you haven't seen Aldis in anything, definitely check him out in Hidden Figures. He was really fantastic in it. But overall, I really enjoyed him as Hawkman. I thought he was the pure, simple and, exact composition of what a leader of a superhero group would be, of the Justice League of America. He was so freaking good as that character. He really reminded me a lot of, kind of how Superman was when he was the leader of the Justice Society. And just, kind of anybody that's really taken a leader role in a superhero group, I felt that with Aldis' performance, and he just did a really amazing job. And he had some really great action sequences throughout this film too. He was so awesome. If you haven't seen Aldis Hodge in anything recently, go check him out in Black Adam now as Hawkman. He was phenomenal in it. So what is Black Adam about? Basically, the premise of Black Adam is pretty simple. It's basically about one of the first Shazam characters who is supposed to be a part of the Shazams. And basically, it kind of gives you a little bit of his origin story to basically him coming back to life 5,600 years later and into modern times. And basically, it's about him and, him learning about the new time, the new era, and dealing with his past consequences and why he was entombed in his tomb that he was in for 5,600 years. And basically about, basically an origin story of who Black Adam is. It was a really well done film. Juan did a great job directing it. The Rock did a great job of bringing it to life, giving us such great characterizations. Everyone was really good in it. The only issue I had with the film was I didn't care too much for how they did Cyclone. I didn't really feel that was Cyclone from the comics. I did think that the actress did a really fantastic job. Quintessa, she was really good in it. I really enjoyed her. I really enjoyed the guy that played Atom Smasher. He was really fantastic as well. well. And overall, I thought it was just a really perfect film. I was really blown away by how good this was. I loved how action-packed it was, how well-paced it was, and how there was literally no downtime in this film, and it had such a great cameo at the end of this film, too. It just was superb. This is exactly the action film, superhero film I was looking for that I haven't seen in a really long time, and I was really impressed by it. Giant 10 Goldie movie boxes up on this bad boy. Can't wait to see it again. It was so enjoyable, and overall just a really well done and fantastically done film. If you haven't seen Black Adam yet, definitely go check it out in theaters now. Amazing, fantastic, really well done, and a superb film. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older new videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, people, if you want to show support for my channel, if you enjoy my channel, definitely check out my links down below. Either from my Patreon page, where you get all kinds of extra accoutrement when you become a part of my Patreon, and you get all kinds of cool exclusives when you become a patron of mine, and you get outtakes, bloopers, all kinds of cool stuff, says in what I review next, that kind of thing. So definitely check that out to support the channel. And also, if you love horror films, definitely check out the Horror Pack link down below, where you can get great horror films every month for a great low price. So definitely check that out too. As always, people, catch you in the next one.